Pleased to meet you, Mr. McGoohan. Good morning, Mr. McGoohan. Mr. Grade will see you now, Mr. McGoohan. Mr. McGoohan, Mr. Grade will see you now. If you'll come this way, oh no. If you'll follow me, oh,
Hope I'm not interrupting anything important.
Mr. Grade, I was just sort of... Well, what do you think?
How long have you been in my employ, Miss Cartwright?
Nearly 2 weeks, Mr. Grade.
2 weeks. Hope you're not working on LA time. 7:30 AM London time?
Yes. Oh, coffee.
Coffee.
At once, Mr. Grade.
Miss Cartwright? Is he coming?
Oh, yes, absolutely. 7:45.
Splendid. Oh, Miss Cartwright,
I'm sorry?
I do appreciate you coming in on a Saturday.
Don't mention it, Mr. Grade.
Starring Roger Moore and Stuart Dent. Starring Roger Moore and Glenn Ford. Problem with you, Roger, is you're too damn pretty for the girls, let alone sharing the screen with another man. What with those beautiful eyes, those eyebrows, the velvet voice, not to mention the $60,000 dental job. Starring Roger Moore and... Now he'd be great. Why didn't I think of him before? What's his name? Yes?
Mr. Grade, Roger Moore on line 1.
All right. Roger, good to hear from you. Bit early for you, isn't it? I see. Just getting home. Yes. Well, yes, of course you can ask me a favour. You know, I regard you as family. Yes, like a son. Yes. How is Sean? Really? Well, I mean, all Cubby ever did was make him into a huge star, wasn't he? Yeah. Really? Hitchcock? I had no idea he wanted to be a serious actor. Well, I hope he hasn't given you any ideas. Well, if he has, well, that's a conversation we can have, of course. So, well, of course I'll be amenable. You know, I never want to hold you back. It's just that I feel that television's your natural arena, that's all. Oh, Roger, hold on a second. Yes? All right, send him through, will you? Roger, can I call you back? Patrick McGoohan's just arrived.
Please, this way.
Yes. Look, I will. Yes, I will. Goodbye. Goodbye. Trouble? Well, Patrick, how are you? Have you had breakfast?
Sorry?
Breakfast. Sandra, pop over to the Greasy Spoon, will you? Order Patrick's usual. 2 fried eggs, bacon, toast, lemon tea, flapjacks on a paper. Sandra. 2 fried eggs, bacon, toast, lemon tea, flapjacks.
On a paper plate.
Paper plate.
Paper plate. Oh, hi. Have you met my new assistant, Miss Cartwright?
Hello.
Well, Patrick, how's the family? Why don't you take her, yes, right. A cigar?
Oh, no, thank you.
Oh. Well, their family, what, Catherine must be what, 13, 14 now?
15.
Ah, 15. She'll be at that difficult age any time then.
No, as good as gold.
Oh, well, glad to hear it. So that makes Anne, what, 7?
7, yes.
7. I'm the youngest, forgive me.
Francis, 6.
Yes, the youngest, yes. So they're all,
Well, I'm pleased to report that they've decided correctly to inherit their mother's good looks and charm. And none of their father's infamous temperament.
So they're all good. Well, how are you? I hear the new episodes look terrific in colour. We're planning on editing them all together for a theatrical release.
Yes, I'd heard. Actually, Lou, I wanted to talk to you about that.
Very expensive business colour. Yes, not just the film stock, you see. Everything has to look just so, you see. You know, black and white covered a multitude of sins, but now, well, boys and girls in the art department are giving me hell.
Yes, I should imagine it's a little more demanding on their skills.
Demanding on them? All I know is it's putting me in the poorhouse. Yes, people don't realise how much money I pour into these shows. You can't sell to the stage without putting every penny on screen. And then there's people of your calibre. Well, they don't come cheap, do they? Thank God you're not one of those difficult actors.
Yes, look, Lou,
You know Roger wants to do more directing?
no, he didn't mention it.
Oh, he does. Yes, it seems it's not enough for me to make them into huge stars anymore. They want more. More wants more. God love him and his 60 grand dental job. Oh yes, when MGM signed him up, they airbrushed out his mould, fixed his pearly whites. Just glad he had them done before he came to work for me.
Yes, quite.
Yes, well, thank God we're doing so well with your show. Now we've pre-sold the colour series to the States, Australia, Canada. Yes, we've pre-sold them there. And, well, it's a huge commitment, as I'm sure you know.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I know.
A huge commitment. A huge, huge commitment. Yes, I know you do, Patrick. I know you do. You're a great actor and a real star. You know, you're real calibre. We're lucky to have each other. You, me, the cast, the crew, you know, everyone in the office. We all appreciate you. We really do.
That's very flattering.
That's why when I received a phone call from the Daily Express asking if it was true that you were going to quit the series just 2 episodes in, well, I said, what? Patrick McGoohan quit without talking to me? He's a man of honour. He's like family to me, but like a son. He never dreamed of doing such a thing. No, he's a man of principle. You know, he turned down the Saint and Bond because he'd have to kiss on screen. Turned them down because he'd never kiss another woman except his wife. That's the sort of man he is, a man of principle. Now, don't go telling me that I'd send him away with his tail between his legs if there's a grain of truth in it. I'd feel terrible for him. Well?
Well, the thing is, I felt for quite some time that things were getting a little repetitive, and that I'd quite like to do something else.
Something else?
Yes, look, just hear me out. I know this looks bad.
It is true then, you are going to walk.
Yes, but well, no, not exactly. Look, I've not come to you empty-handed. Look, if you just listen.
I'm all ears.
For breakfast, Mr. McGoohan. Bacon, eggs, toast, lemon tea, and flapjack. I'm afraid they didn't have any paper plates.
That's fine. You're very kind. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Cartwright.
It looks delicious.
Oh, don't mind me, Patrick. You tuck in.
She knew? The girl?
Ah, Miss Cartwright. No, temping to cover up for Ambry.
Oh, yes. I was wondering what happened to her. Is she okay?
Broke her leg in a skiing holiday that I gave her for Christmas.
Ah. Unfortunate.
Quite. You see where my generosity gets me?
Oh, yes. You're doing something. Oh, she's quite charming.
Who?
Miss Cartwright.
Oh, yeah, yes, yes,
It's
yes.
funny, she asked me when I arrived what it was like working with Diana Rick. Diana and I, we're always getting our names mistaken for each other. Restaurant bookings and so forth.
Really? Well, you've got my undivided attention, Patrick. Shoot.
Oh yeah, sorry. My idea for a new television show.
Go on.
Well, our hero, who I intend myself,
Naturally, I like it already.
well, he's a spy working for the British, MI5.
M9.
Sorry?
But John Drake works for M9.
Ah, yes, but you see, our hero is not John Drake.
Not Drake.
No, he is, as I say, a spy.
No, I'm sorry, Patrick. Look, I made you into a huge star on TV playing John Drake. Now you say you're going to make a new television series, and in it you play a spy, but you're not Drake.
No, but, well, for the sake of argument, let's say yes, for now. So this spy...
Drake.
Yes, John Drake. Drake decides, for reasons unknown, that he's going to resign.
So this is method acting, Patrick.
Yes, I see where you're coming from. Rest assured, they're the parallels, anyway. So anyway, he resigns and he goes home to pack for a holiday.
Hopefully not a skiing holiday.
Well, it doesn't matter, as it turns out, because, well, before he can leave the house, he is gassed unconscious by persons unknown. And he wakes up sometime later, apparently still at home.
Still, not very exciting, Patrick.
No, but you see, he finds himself in an exact replica of his home. But upon looking forth from the window, he realizes he's no longer in London, no longer in England.
Go on.
He finds himself in a village, a rather Mediterranean-looking place. And he's been brought there to explain to the powers that be why he resigned.
Why is that important? Why would he do that?
Well, you see, if he reveals such personal information on the promise of freedom, then they've broken. And all the secret information in his head will follow. They'll be able to sell the information or use it for their own purposes.
So the Russians set up this village?
No, well, that's sort of the point. We never actually know who set up the village, other than it's being run by a mysterious character known as Number One.
So the head honcho is called Number One?
Yes, in fact, everyone in the village is known by a number, no names. Our hero, Number 6, he must resist, he must try to escape, but the whole place is populated by spies from all sides. He doesn't know who to trust. Is the village run by our side or the other?
So why Number 6?
Well, you see, yeah, that's interesting. You see, 6 in numerology, it's a perfect number. Might very well be the magic number. In the book of Revelations, it's the number of man. And our hero represents every man, you see. Hence he is Number 6. And there's no question of him being anything other than Number 6, by the way. Now, the village has sophisticated security. Everywhere's bugged, monitored. Everyone's watched at all times on closed-circuit television. A robotic drone is sent to recapture anyone who tries to escape. Now our hero realizes he's a prisoner, and I would call it the prisoner.
The prisoner?
Yes, I've got some ideas jotted down. So a synopsis and some photos of prospective locations, and some design sketches, including the robotic sentry.
Fantastic, fantastic. Sort of a sequel to Danger Man, then.
Yeah, of sorts.
It sounds fantastically expensive.
Oh, well, I've done some costing, that's a ballpark figure. Well, I'd like to bring as many people from the crew with me as possible. Chaffee, Jackson, keep on Markstein to supervise the scripts, and David and I will co-produce. Those are some photos I took of the place where we shoot the exteriors.
Yes, what is this place?
Portmeirion, it's a small village on the North Wales Peninsula. Very quiet, very secluded. You work there without interruption.
It looks familiar.
Yeah, I think we did some shooting there for Danger Man a few years back. Doubling for Italy, I think.
And England.
You see, Beneath the village, there's a whole network of buildings from whence number one runs the place. All very futuristic, see?
Incredible. Incredible. You know, I always said when people went on about you being difficult to work with, you know, no kissing, no gun, I always said, well, at least he knows what he wants. I want you to do it, Patrick. You can do it, can't you?
Well, as I say, there'll need to be some serious money. Well, that's just a rough estimate, per episode.
You seem to have put an extra nought on there.
No, that's correct. Look, I don't want to make this with anyone but you.
I'm going to take a gamble. I'll take a series at 30.
6.
6.
I'll do 6.
But I...
You're bewildered? Well, think of it as a sort of a mini-series.
A mini-series? I can't sell half a series to anyone. Look, you can't make me something that I can't sell to the Americans. Besides, they always want 17 anyway. Look, surely you and your writers can come up with 13 at least. Otherwise, we're stuck. It'd be like me buying the Queen Mary and ending up with the Titanic. I'm sorry, but it's 13 or nothing. And don't go telling me it's an unlucky number.
All right, well, that's great. I'll find a way.
I know you will, Patrick, I know. So, when would you like to get started?
Well, as soon as possible. I wouldn't want to lay the crew up unnecessarily.
Well, I'll have the money in your account on Monday, so you can get started.
That's great. I'll get on the phone straight away.
Great. Who should I make the check out?
Everyman Films. David and I set it up some time ago, in case we've got an idea like this.
Everyman. I like it.
Thank you, Lew. You won't regret this.
I know I won't, Patrick. It's going to be a great show.
Well, be seen.
The Prisoner. A great show. Even my bad ones are great.
Roger Moore on line 1.
Yeah, Roger. Yes, I was going to get back to you. Come in. Shut out that noise.
Oh, I don't mind a bit of music.
Infernal racket.
Oh, come now, Lew. It is a party after all. A very groovy party.
You like the Beatles?
They begin to intrigue me. What was that song? Eleanor Rigby. Yes, I thought they had a little more substance to their art than the rest. Pity about that American situation, don't you think?
I think Lennon's a fool.
He misquoted them. He never said they were bigger than Jesus.
No.
No, he simply said that young people thought they were more important than Jesus. In fact, I believe to be sadly true.
Well, tell that to the Americans. They're still burning their records.
Yeah, funnily enough, McNee said he wished they'd been burning that record of his, too.
What, Kinky Boots?
Yes, that's the one.
That's because it was bloody awful. Let me tell you, if the Avengers had been one of my shows, that record would never have been allowed to happen. Another one?
Oh, yes. Don't mind if I do.
Regardless, Lennon and McCartney have talent. Did I tell you I'd made them an offer on their song catalogue?
No, I don't think you mentioned it.
Yes, I think one or two of their songs, you know, they might have staying power. Might be a good investment.
Yes, I like what you've done with the place. The decorations.
Yes, not my idea, Miss Cartwright.
Oh, she's still with you. What happened to Angela?
Expecting.
Oh, that's marvellous.
Yeah, back next month, thank God. Still, the good thing about Sandra is she watches television, which makes her a useful sounding board. Not that we tell her that she's a sounding board.
Well, here's to Angela's baby. And happy Hanukkah.
Yes. So, how are things going?
Going?
Well, I hear Markstein completed all 13 scripts.
Oh, yes, did a fine job.
And the shoots in Wales.
Oh, the weather was a little unpredictable. But I think we got everything we needed. One or two minor glitches along the way, but nothing we couldn't overcome. You have the manner of a man who knows more than he's telling. You never play me a card. It would be unfair.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, come now, Lou. Maybe a little bird's tweeted untruths in your ear and you're worried about production. Don't tell me McGoohan's become increasingly difficult to work with, perhaps?
I hear things on the grapevine, and I didn't want to have to trek all the way up to North Wales to find out.
Lord, you needed to. You could have called me at any time. Since I'm here, ask me anything you want. I'm slightly inebriated and my tongue is loosened, so go ahead.
I was at my specialist at Harley Street the other day, and I bumped into Leo McCurd.
Ah, dear old Leo, yes. Yeah, did some marvellous work on a couple of the episodes. Very good actor. How was he?
He could hardly articulate himself.
Really?
No. From what I could get out of him, he seemed to have suffered from some kind of mental breakdown.
It's terrible. I had no idea.
Caused by shooting in an enclosed space with you for 10 days. You're completely exhausted.
Well, it was rather an intense shoot. But a very cheap episode to make.
Good to hear. Good to hear altogether. Still, the strange thing is, he seemed to think he was filming the final episode of the series.
Really? Well, as a matter of fact, that's true.
Well, but how can that be? I mean, according to the scripts, you've only completed 6 so far.
Oh, no. Don't worry. It's just that while Leo was available, I wanted to make sure we shot the final episode with him. The cliffhanger moment, as it were. Wanted to get everything in the can in case...
In case... What?
In case we ran out of money.
Ah, yes. Money. Now, tell me about this robot sentry, Rover. The boys in the props department spent some considerable time and money on it, I believe.
Well, Rover was meant to be the device that recaptured any escaping inmates. Well, it was very sophisticated. It was a hovercraft. It could fly up and down. It could go across all terrains, land, water. A marvellous contraption.
An expensive one.
Oh, yes, very. Unfortunately.
Yes.
Unfortunately, when the time came to put Rover to sea...
Go on.
It sank. Without trace.
No trace.
No, extraordinary. But I think our solution ended up being even better.
Ah, yes. Order for 1,000 units of balloon.
Well, great big thing, but it was tall as you.
But 1,000?
Well, they had this habit of blowing away or encountering a sharp object. Well, quite frankly, they'd just blow up on set for no apparent reason. We did get through rather a lot of them. But they do look very effective on screen. Once the sound effects are out. Was there anything else?
Tell me about these directors, John and Freddie.
Oh, we found they just weren't suitable. They just didn't get the show. We would have better let them go sooner rather than later. But we found replacements quickly, so no production time was lost.
Yes. Here we are. Joseph Sir.
Yes, that's a newcomer, but did some good work. I'm very happy with him.
Patrick, I hear Joseph was in fact you.
Well, I see I can't pull the wool over your eyes. Yes, I did direct a couple of things under that name because I didn't want you thinking I was becoming some kind of control freak.
And your late night sessions at the MGM studios?
I wanted to make sure everything had a consistent look and style. There's nothing sinister about that, is there?
Maybe not, but we seem to be experiencing a revolving door when it comes to editors for some reason. And there was some fuss over a block booking of a particular editing suite. You insisted on suite number 6, even though there were several other better equipped suites were available.
Thought it would make for good car.
How did you get on with Lew Grade?
Ron? Oh yes, we had a good couple of meetings. I'm very happy with the theme.
He's one of the best TV composers we have.
Oh yes, I know. I'm a big fan of his work. Doctor Who and all those other shows.
He says that you wrote the theme tune.
Me? I might have suggested a little tune I had in my head at one point, just popped in there one day.
Yes, he says after rejecting 2 attempts at the theme, you walked into his office one day, whistled a tune and told him that that would be the theme.
Oh, I think he's being a little modest. It was rather good. The way he did it.
You can't do everything yourself, right? You can't do everything yourself. You've got to learn to work with other people.
Right.
Let other people do. I've given you their best.
I know, I know.
After the thing, we've been talking to Jerry
Jerry?
Anderson.
Oh yes, the puppet show chap.
Super Marionation.
Yes, correct, yes.
Yes. He says the good thing about puppets is they don't answer back and they never ask for a pay rise.
Yes, I see where he's coming from there.
The good thing, well, you'd like to make your show the same way, Yes, it'd be cheaper, but not that much cheaper.
Oh, no, look, I see what you're saying. It's just like, I want this to be a great show.
I understand that, but you must let other people do what they do.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you'll alienate everybody you need to help you make a second series.
A second series?
Oh yes, I've showed the rushes to our friends at CBS, and they say they want 17 episodes.
17?
Yeah, well, what's the matter? You completed 13, didn't you? What's another 4?
Yes, but originally I wanted to make 6.
Yes, I know, but just think of the extra 4 as a sort of a mini-series.
17?
Yeah, that's my magic number. And then we can talk about a proper second series if it does good business in the States, eh?
Right.
Speaking of Jerry, he's had an excellent idea for his next series.
Well, no more Thunderbirds. I heard they were shooting a movie, a pilot.
No, Swan Song. See, no. What he wants to do is get some really well-known guest actors to voice the parts of the characters. So, he'd asked me if we'd ask you to do us a favour.
Oh, I'm not sure that's really... It's just that I'm so busy.
It'd be a morning's work in a sound booth. Besides, they've already made the puppet with your face on it anyway.
Oh. Well, that's all very flattering.
It's good. I've seen the photos. None of your old style puppet features. No, it's the spitting image of you.
Well, I'll give it some thought.
I've already said you'd say yes.
Really?
Well, I knew you wouldn't be able to turn the part down.
Well, what's the part?
You play the world president.
World president?
Thought it might appeal, you know, running the whole planet.
Yes, well, as I say, I'll give it some thought. Have they asked anyone else?
Oh, well, I'll be approaching Roger, of course.
Well, obviously Roger, yes. But presumably they'll manufacture a puppet with moving eyebrows.
Yeah. Well, at least the critics will be appeased. You know, Roger Moore gives another wooden performance.
Yeah, how is the project coming?
Yeah, well, I'm still looking for that American co-star. Fortunately, Connery saw sense and stayed with Bond. Still, you'll have to think ahead, you know, the next big idea, the next big thing, you know.
Oh, good luck with that. Was there anything else?
No. Come on, we must be getting back to the film.
Again, hold on. I think I might have had enough of the old drink. Do you mind if I sneak away quietly, get back to Joan and the girls?
No, of course not, of course not.
Did there used to be something there?
Yes. There. Happy Christmas, Pat.
Oh, thank you, Lou. That's very kind of you, very kind.
Well, go on, open it. Well, What do you think?
Oh, it's very good. Just what I was hoping.
Yes, I'm glad you would. Thought you would. There.
Yeah, it's not quite straight, I don't think. A little to the left, perhaps. No, not quite.
Patrick, you're doing it again.
Sorry, it's fine.
Yeah. Look, why don't you take a break? Joan and the girls, you know, enjoy Christmas.
I will.
And you know, I'm behind you, right behind you, all the way.
Oh, I do appreciate that, Lew. I really do.
Good.
Well, you see me.
Yes, yes. Cubby!
I hope you don't mind me saying, you look like you've lost some weight around the face.
I might have, possibly.
I hope you've not been working too hard.
Oh no, well, you know, just getting the job done.
I've been watching your show.
Really? What do you think?
Oh, it's very exciting. I'm not sure I understand it all, but then I thought, maybe I'm not supposed to understand everything. At least not yet. Maybe when I see the last episode. Am I right?
Very astute of you, yeah.
Oh, good, I thought as much. All will be revealed. It must be nice working with all those lovely actresses.
Oh yes, very pleasant.
Who was the girl who read minds in last Sunday's episode? Oh, you know, you have the cards with the circles, squares.
The wavy lines. It's Jane Merrill.
Pretty girl.
Oh, yes, very good actress.
I've just brewed up. Would you like a cup of tea?
Please, that'd be marvellous.
I'm afraid it's Brook Bond, not lemon. Hope that's all right.
That's fine, thank you.
Milk and sugar?
Please, 2 sugars.
That's about the right colour for you.
That's perfect, thank you.
No, it's just that I wonder why number 6 never falls for the wind. I thought it was going to happen with that Russian girl, the one you escaped with. But you hadn't escaped actually, because of the time difference.
Well, I don't mind telling you that whatever kind of man number 6 is, I never get involved with love stories.
Never.
Never. You see, I wouldn't want to have to come home to my wife, my girls, and explain to them why Daddy was kissing another woman on television when he's married to their mother.
I see. Mrs. McGoohan must be quite a lady.
And that she is, as are my girls. I should hate to disappoint them.
Good morning, Mr. Grade. Are you any better?
Won't know until they've done the autopsy. Morning, Patrick. Hope you're in better health than I am.
Fine, thank you.
Can I get you a cup of coffee, Mr. Grade?
No, thank you. No, thank you. Thank you.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Yes, be seen.
Hope she's not been bothering you.
Oh, no. Delightful girl. Makes a very good cup of tea. Yes, seems to have settled in nicely. Very confident, in fact.
Confident. She's running the show from what I can see. I suspect she's one of those feminists.
Come now, Lew, the world's changing. Joan and I, we've always been equal partners. Who knows, 10 years' time, maybe women will be running the world.
What, still? Anyway, you wanted to,
Sounds pretty serious, Lew. Are you sure you don't want to postpone the meeting?
no. Look, I got your telegram.
Ah, yes, sorry about that.
No, don't apologise. Look, it's always best to talk face to face when it comes down to money.
I know, I made a mistake.
Look, on a positive note, I hear you wrapped on all 13 episodes.
Yes, we're just trying to put together the last 4 now. Difficult without Mark, Steve.
Yes. Shame you had to let him go.
Well, you know, creative differences, the usual.
Yeah. No, Pat, I worry about you. You know, I told you to do less, and let others play their part in making the show work.
Yes, I've tried quite hard to do that.
Yes.
Have you seen much of the show?
Well, yes, every episode.
How did you find the experience?
Confusing, to say the least.
Really? How so?
Well, take last Sunday, for instance. You played both lead roles yourself, hardly cutting back on your workload now, is it?
Yes, but you understand why. I played number 6 and his doppelganger.
Well, I'm not sure I understood any of it.
Oh, I'm sure I can explain.
Oh, please do.
Well, I play number 6 and number 12. Now, 6 is brainwashed, given the identity of number 12 and sent to impersonate number 6. Now, 6 is already being impersonated by a surgically altered doppelganger. That's the real number. You still with me?
Not really, no.
6 is made to believe that he's his own double in order to break his mind and unlock his secrets. Now, halfway through, he realizes this and pretends to be number 12, who number 2 believes is still the real number 6 in disguise. The real number 12 is killed by Rover.
The big balloon.
The weather, yes.
Yes.
Now, so 6 takes 12's place in the hope of escape, but is recaptured when he makes the mistake of thinking that number 12's wife is still alive. Now, number 2 realizes this and has him return to the village. You see.
Not really, no. However, the ratings are phenomenal. It's becoming the most talked about show in years. In spite of the press conference.
Well, I can explain that.
Yes. Dressed bizarrely in some kind of martial arts outfit and wearing a Cossack hat, McGoohan conducted his entire press conference from behind bars, surrounded by a bizarre collection of props from the show, including an antique penny farthing. I mean, when questioned about the meaning of the show, he answered it in riddles or replied with questions about questions. A disaster. Why did you do it?
I didn't feel like answering questions. Well, that's the whole part of the point of the show, after all. I mean, we're not meant to understand everything. And look, if you go around telling people what to think, well, that's how Hitler got started. It's not the kind of audience I want.
But as I say, the ratings are good, so there's no harm done, I suppose.
No, that's very gratifying.
And we're getting some great reviews.
Well, glad to hear it. I've never read this song.
So imagine my amazement when I see you went AWOL. When I got a telephone call from a journalist at the Daily Mail asking if it was true, I said, no, don't talk silly. Ridiculous. Patrick McGoohan going off to do a film with Rock Hudson? Ridiculous. I sent him packing. I said, he's totally wrapped up in The Prisoner, totally committed to it. I mean, it is Patrick's show after all. I mean, imagine then my shock to find Nigel Stock, for heaven's sake, playing The Prisoner while you were off getting a Hollywood paycheck. I've only one question to ask, Patrick. Why?
I have to confess, though, I did it for the money. No, I needed the money to invest in every man, to make the last 4 episodes. I don't want the last 4 to be anything less than what's gone before. I did it for the show, not myself.
That's all very laudable, but now I have an episode of The Prisoner without its main star.
Well, not really, because you see, well, Nigel plays a man who has my consciousness planted in his body. So it's still number 6.
Yeah. Right, is it? Anyway, right, let's...
But rest assured, my work on Ice Station Zebra is all done. So now we can get going with the final push on the series.
Right.
Give you your magic number 17.
Right. Well, how was Rock Hudson to work with?
Perfectly charming fellow. Very good actor, not a sing-stealer.
Yeah.
Team player.
Yeah.
I see. Rock and Roger in that photo. What was it you called
friendly persuaders.
Yes.
The what?
Well, it's just that...
You don't think they'd work well together?
Oh, no, I think he and Roger would get along famously. It's just that they are rather similar types to look at them. Yeah, it's funny, I bumped into Roger the other day. He said you were still trying to get him to do another TV series.
Yes.
He really doesn't want to do any more television, you know.
Yes, so he keeps saying.
Oh, I think he means it. He said to me, Lew's very insistent, a hard man to say no to. So I said, well, why don't you agree to do the show, but on the condition that you get the most unlikely film star to share the bill? He said, who do you suggest? I said, well, what about Tony Curtis? Well, can you imagine him ever doing television?
Well, thanks, Patrick. That's very helpful.
Oh, don't mention it.
Yes. Anyway, let's get down to some serious business. Do you need more money to complete the series?
Yes,
is that right?
a great idea for one of the shows.
Yeah.
It'll need a whole new wardrobe and studio setup.
Yeah, something about a Wild West setting?
Yes, they brainwashed number 6 into thinking he's the sheriff of a rough frontier town.
Something about a life-size Apollo rocket?
A very important prop.
No, Pat, this is insane. Look, you're completely out of control. I can't give you any more money. I've got all these other shows that I want to make.
Other shows? Other shows? Oh yes, let me see now. The Baron, a wealthy philanthropist, travels the world helping hard luck cases. The Saint, a man in a suitcase, ex-intelligence man, travels the world helping hard luck cases. Roger, an American co-star, both wealthy philanthropists, travel the world helping hard luck cases. The Saint times 2.
All right, Patrick. You've made your point. But I know what sells, right? I know what sells. Anyway, we've got to get on with the next big thing, the big idea.
On Roger's show.
No, the real big one, you know, Jesus Christ.
Look, if you're going to start uttering profanity...
No, the story of Christ as a mini-series.
Oh, well, that really is like...
Now, listen, now, I know you're a little older than 33, but play your cards right and the part could be yours.
Don't joke about that. Don't ever joke about that. Jesus was Jewish, for God's sake, not some jumped-up, egotistical, Irish-American, difficult to work with, son of a bitch control freak. It's not a joking matter.
Well, perhaps not, but it'll make a great show, right? Anyway, I've got to get on with the next big thing, the next big idea. It's not all about you.
I have worked every hour that God has sent to make this show the best for you. I have neglected my wife and my girls. I have had to fire people who weren't up to scratch. I have written, directed, edited, overseen every aspect of production to make this a great show. A great show. All I ask of you is a little more money to finish it in the same style. It's not about me playing the Son of God.
Yes, well, if that was your audition for casting out of the moneylenders, you've got the part.
Sorry.
Let's get these
I don't know what came over me.
No. Still working. Sit down. Look, I know, now look, you can have not what you want, but whatever you need to get the show done, right?
Thank you, that's more kindness than I deserve.
Yes, well, it's just not about you, is it? You see, there are other people involved, and they're good people. The best.
Yes, I know. I'm very lucky.
Yes. But what is it?
Well, the thing is, look,
What is it?
Look, I've been meaning to come and see you for a while. Not about the money. I'm very grateful for that, very grateful. It's just that I don't really know how to say this.
Here. Have another drink. It might help. Here.
Thanks. You know, I never got back to Jerry about that voice track work. Sorry I got distracted.
That's all right. They used the puppet with your face on it anyway.
Well, that's good. I wouldn't want them to have wasted their time.
Well, come on, spit it out.
Well, the thing is, I don't know how to finish it. I don't know what the end is.
Well, that's it.
There won't be a second series. There are no ideas left. No one does. You know, to ask the crew to come up with ideas for the last few, but, well, the very final episode, I have no idea how to resolve things.
It's easy, isn't it?
Is it?
Yes. You just answer the questions everyone's been asking. You know, who is number 1? Does number 6 escape?
Yeah, well, that's just it. I don't know who number 1 is. They can't just have some Bond villain turn around in a chair, stroking a white cat, or big gold teeth, or an eye patch, or whatever nonsense. It just won't work. Besides, I don't know how I'm going to escape the village without being a huge anti-climax.
You mean number 6, not you.
Did I say me?
Yeah.
I meant 6, of course.
Take some time out, Pat. Go on a holiday with the family, right? Come back and then figure it all out. I know if anyone can find a way through this, you can, right?
Just, that's very kind.
The next time you start something, you know, take a long, hard look in the mirror and say to yourself, do I really want to put myself through all that again? Hmm? You know, sometimes you can be your own worst enemy.
Yes, Lou, you're right, of course. So I'll try very hard to do that next time. And there will be a next time, won't there?
We'll just see how things go, all right?
Well, be seen.
Yeah.
If I could just
What?
just let me make 6. It's a magic number, you see. 6.
Come on.
Is everything all right, Mr. Grade?
Yes, thank you, Miss Cartwright. Thank you.
Can I get you anything?
No, thank you, thank you.
Well, if you're sure, I'll leave you to it.
Yes, thank you, Miss
Are you all right?
Yes, yes, thank you. Miss Cartwright?
Yes.
Son,
Yes.
get me Tony Curtis's people on the phone, will you?
Yes, Mr. Grade.